Okay. I got a new controller for the boxing game that I've been playing online, and whenever it connects, it likes to mess up all my other settings as far as audio. Appreciate that, Charles. I wasn't really saying anything anyway. I was really just tinkering with a few new items on StreamYard. Do you guys like the chat box that you can see on the screen there? So we have that chat box, and I can also highlight comments. So it's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and welcome in Boston, Jerry, Charles, Misty, Free Spirit, J Ray. Good to see you guys. Christine, what's up? Some of you might notice a wrench. Just a little extra help with the chat recently, so yes, sir. All is well. How's everything with you? Fishy, what's up, Fishy? Here, Fishy, Fishy, Fishy. Charles. Yeah, most of my moderators have been around a long time. They've been members a long time too. What's up, Sensei? Misty Free Spirit, what are we going to do today? I don't have anything on the agenda. I just clocked in and said, "What up with the folks?" Clicked on the "Let's go live" and said, "What's up?" Thanks, Sensei. Yeah, I need a little extra help around here, especially if we're just going to have the comments kind of floating up on the screen all willy nilly. Got to have some order around here. So, what's the word? What is the word on the streets? Nothing really new on my end. Everything's going good. The family's good. I would complain, but who would listen? CJK, what up? Yeah, so I had a little bit of downtime. See what you guys were up to. Plus, I wanted to go live so we can add some moderators. Don't feel slighted if I don't pick you right now. This is just going to be the initial round. It's just mainly going to go to like longtime members, people who have been around. They've seen me at my worst and they've seen me at my best, and they're still here. I've been painting in my garden and put my back out in the process. Yuck. That's a good idea. I never thought about that. Just put the easel out there in the garden and paint out there with some music on. It's a good idea. I need to get my Zen on. Sometimes I don't know what you're talking about, Charles. I'm just like, well, I'll leave him to it. I'm sure he's talking to somebody. Yep. I need a little Zen in my life. I don't know if I get it yet, Charles, but I'm getting it. I'm like, I'm just going to let him do his thing. All right. It says we have 29 people watching, and only 5 people are really chatting it up in the comment section. I wonder who's lurking. Let's take some guess at some lurkers, and if we get it right, the lurkers have to come forward. How about that? J Ray says, you've seen me when I've cursed, and you've seen me as a pest. Does that count? Ha ha ha. Close, but no. J Ray, I'm still waiting for your best. I'm waiting patiently. Necessary. Oh, you didn't hear the. I'll email you. Hear the what? If it's about drama, save yourself the effort. I like to mooch in the garden when the weather is good, whether it's planting things or doing garden crafts. Yeah, I do love spending time in my garden. I love pruning and kind of making it all neat and tidy, and making sure everything's there's enough airflow. And getting rid of pests. I'm really good at getting rid of pests. You know what I mean? Lisa Hummer, I'm lurking. Just found your channel. What's up, Lisa? So I found Lisa. She was hiding in the back. Everybody, let me introduce Lisa. Lisa, the crew. You're sleuth, so I'm guessing not members, some troll farm, and potentially even some derp squad. Some derp. I love that word. Who's the derp squad? It's funny, these folks out, they try to say these weird content creators that cover the Delphi case. I'm out here, I stand alone, they try to say. No, they don't. The only channel that truly stands alone is the Sleuth crew. As far as the Delphi community, like, we do what we do. We don't listen to nobody. We don't ride no coattails. We're not part of any kind of weird drama that's going on. We stay focused. Focused on what counts. Lisa, found you during Richard Allen that popped up on the screen. What were you looking into? Doing some research on the Delphi murders? What's up, Paul? Paul Barnhill. Good afternoon to you, Paul. I work at a greenhouse. I love flowers. Oh, that seems cool. I bet you get to take home all kinds of flowers. Have a fresh bouquet every day on the table. I try to do that for my wife whenever I got flowers. But spring is almost over for us here in Phoenix. We're getting deep into the hot summer. Says, well, seems lines are getting crossed lately. Unlikely. Well, ain't got nothing to do with me. What's up, Mark? Go ahead and hit Mark with that wrench. Thanks for all your support, Mark. Thanks for being helpful in the chat as well. Witchy Widow, what's going on with you? Happy Wednesday. It's good to see you, Mark. Prof, Noe, Snay, and them. Yeah, could care less. Could care less. I'm more interested to see what you guys are up to. I leave the crackheads in the alleys and on the corners begging for change. Where are you at with all that, Lisa? Are you one of those, you think he's guilty no matter what because you're so pro prosecution, or are you somewhere in the middle? Like, yeah, he's obviously convicted by a jury of his peers, and from what I've seen, yeah, he looks guilty. Or are you one of those Richard Allen supporters that believes he's been railroaded and he's an innocent man unjustly incarcerated? So you got three choices. All three are allowed here, so don't feel like I'm putting you on the spot. I'm just curious for sake of conversation. Tornado season. That doesn't sound fun, V. And it's good to see you. How the hell are you? Just sit back and watch the carnage. But don't bring any of that over here. I don't even want to hear about it. It's a shame people just realize those creators are They don't care. They still go watch them. They hate watch. That's what. That's why they're so controversial. Because people that like them will watch, and people that hate them will also watch. Lisa says, "I think guilty." Do you think that other people are involved, Lisa? I think it's very possible, if not likely, that there are other people involved. What do you think, Lisa? Fourth, is there a fourth choice? Um, I guess I don't know what the fourth choice would be. Jerry, I'm still recovering from my new knee surgery. Yeah, how you feeling? How's your recovery going? Doing well, but it sure hasn't been fun. Haven't been able to work in my flower beds. Yeah, that must suck. Because when I hurt my ankle and I couldn't work out, I just got all fat and I started feeling like shit. But now that I'm active, I feel better. So I feel your pain. Try to find ways to get your blood flowing. I hope you have a speedy recovery. I agree with that. I feel like they proved he was the bridge guy. And hey, if he's the bridge guy, he's a kidnapper. If he's a kidnapper, he's a murderer. Boom. Done deal. Question is, who helped him? Did he have help? Could he have done it alone? Yeah, absolutely. Does the evidence say he did it alone? Yeah, but I mean, how do you explain the two different weapons that might have been used? Two victims, both victims looking so differently as far as their wounds, and yeah, there's plenty there to suggest other people were involved. Is all I'm saying. What's up, Brandon? It's the Howard Stern effect. Yep. They want entertainment. Like they don't want to come here and listen to people having a serious conversation. That's fucking boring. But that's what we enjoy. You know, we just like kicking back, relaxing, talking about our days, what cases we're covering, what things we've been looking into, what news we've heard about. You know, we're just talking about whatever. But it's so much more interesting if I was up here making a fool of myself, like attacking people with like ad hominem attacks and creating conspiracies and drama, doxing. Like that shit's fun to watch. You know, you sit back, you eat your popcorn, you're like, yeah, this is some good shit. But easy come, easy go. Lisa says Keegan Klein somehow. Yep. I think you might be right, Lisa. I think there might be some evidence just out there to prove that you're right. Just waiting to be found. Sensei. You know what? We haven't hit him with that in a while, have we? Let's go ahead and hit him with this.
We do not train to be merciful here. Mercy is for the weak. Here, on the street, in competition.
Yes, Sensei. Is there any word on Kathy Allen? She has a new Facebook. That much I know. Does anybody know if she's standing by her man or if she's walked away? Not that it's my business. Just curious. Yeah, I'm curious too. If I had to guess, she's standing by her man until, you know, the whole appeal process kind of clears the air and all the fodder settles. I don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe he'll get talkative. Maybe somebody will offer him a whole bunch of money, like, hey, we'll give Kathy Allen a bunch of money if you give us book rights or interview rights or whatever. Maybe he'll turn into like a prison snitch. Yeah, he definitely could have done it alone, Charles, but there's also evidence to suggest that others may have been involved. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if we found that out. It appeared like two weapons were used. One victim, it's like one knife, one slash. The other victim, it's like a whole flurry, possibly up to 5 or 6. One victim's completely naked, blood all over her hands, and the other victim is dressed, with proof that she had been undressed completely because the sand and the soot that you find at the bottom of the Deer Creek was found at the bottom, the barefoot bottom of Abby. So she was barefooted, and then they put the sock and shoes over her feet. So at one point she was completely disrobed, or at least from the waist down. Yeah, so I mean, it appears like there could very well be two, at least more than one perpetrator. Lisa would love to know if Kathy is talking or visiting in jail. I would have to assume there's the same types of weird phone calls. Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear those calls. But if you want to hear about rumors completely unsubstantiated, what I've heard with my ear to the track is that Richard Allen is kind of being a little chatterbox. He's being very talkative about the crime and his involvement. And he seems to be in good spirits these days in prison. But do not quote me. Good to see you, Don Spain. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Wednesday to you. Frank Meister, good to see you. Welcome in. Ziggy, what is going on? What is up? Who did I miss? Falling behind here. Yeah, that sounds awful. Frank Meister, Richard Allen calls the lockdown for 3 weeks and a certain part of Pendleton a few weeks back. Richard Allen called the lockdown? Oh, caused. Richard Allen caused a lockdown for 3 weeks. Okay, gotcha. Wonder what that was all about. Allen is plenty short enough to be a snitch. What does that mean? Hey, I'm not much taller than Richard Allen. You better watch it, buddy. I'll put somebody on my shoulders and we'll come handle that. We'll take care of you. Maybe. Richard Allen caused a lockdown at the Pendleton Correctional a few weeks back, and the lockdown was for 3 weeks. What the hell happened? Yeah, just because we're short doesn't mean we're snitches, all right? Get it right. Necessary evil. Height means nothing. Well, I think height and weight mean a hell of a lot when skill is involved. So once you can outskill somebody, there's a thin line, you got to draw the line. Got to weigh your options. You can be really, really big and not know how to fight, and have somebody really, really small kick your ass that knows how to fight. But if you're really, really big and agile and know how to fight, it won't be a fair fight, even if the little guy does know how to fight. If that makes any sense. In regards to snitching, height means nothing. Yeah, like is there like a word on the street that short people snitch or what? I ain't never snitched. Better not be spreading those rumors. Alan's height changed so he could be taller than you now. Well, he changed it to 5'6". That's how tall I am. Barefooted. But short people, we like to put on boots and stuff like that. Add a couple inches. And if you got the Napoleon complex, you might wear high heels, like Dog the Bounty Hunter. He was telling me about, a buddy of mine's there at Pendleton for murder, and he was telling me about it. He didn't go into details what the lockdown was about. Interesting. See, I told you. I've been hearing he's been kind of making a mess over there. He's not helping his appeal process from the way I understand it. Oh, his son. Okay. Can't change the bag measure when you got arrested. Snitches get stitches and end up in ditches. Yeah. I was a rough kid growing up on the streets, running around with gangs. Um, I just learned at an early age you don't talk to cops. Like for instance, I just didn't even say hi. When the cop was already showing interest in you or had you in handcuffs and they were just trying to, I wouldn't even look at them. I wouldn't even say anything. I just acted like they weren't there. Even if they asked me if I wanted an attorney, I just didn't say anything. Like my silence should be enough for you. Like not one word, not even hi. Not even can I have water? Am I thirsty? Can I go to the restroom? Nothing. Frank, why would you ever think you're short at 6 foot? I think the average height is like 5'9". It's kind of weird. Walking around taller than everybody thinking that you're short. Hmm. I was told by some Latin kings the other day, you just got to cooperate and they'll leave you alone. And my jaw dropped as I told them, that's snitching. Yeah, cooperate. Yeah, just cooperate and they'll give you stuff. They'll even come back and ask you questions and bring more stuff. All you got to do is cooperate and they'll leave you alone and give you stuff. Yeah, that's called snitching, buddy. According to J Ray, you are short. Nope, she's over here with the shorties. Don't worry. I'll put you on my shoulders, J Ray. We'll be like, we'll combine forces. Any thoughts on those two kiddos that have gone missing in Canada? Is it the Nova Scotia? It looks like there's a video on it. Let's take a look.
Concern amongst the public, as many took to social media to speculate.
Can you guys help? Can you guys hear that or no? Under 555s. What the hell is that? That's funny. Let me know if you guys can hear that video.
On what could have happened to the
Okay, thank you, Sensei.
boy who had seemingly vanished mere seconds of being left alone in his grandmother's yard. But
This sounds a lot like Summer Wells.
online theories quickly spiraled into unproven information, some users going as far as accusing his parents of killing their child. Eiler's parents have never been charged in their son's disappearance and filed a civil case against two Facebook users.
Wait, was that the parents? Is that the kids' parents right there? The children? Why are they wearing masks? Yeah, we prefer little people, not dwarfs or midgets. He just a little guy.
And filed a civil case against two Facebook users that ended in a court settlement. But 5 years later, as another missing children's case rocks the province, widespread speculation has returned.
Similar to what we dealt with on...
Is that different? This one is Jack Sullivan. Two missing Nova Scotia kids. Apparently, if you post theories in Canada, you can get in trouble. Okay, that's a different one. That one was Jack Sullivan and Lily Sullivan. Two siblings have been missing from their home in rural Nova Scotia, Canada, since May 2nd. The RCMP and various search and rescue teams have conducted extensive searches, including drone and helicopter support, but have not been able to locate the children. The search has been scaled back. What are you referring to? Masks. The widget fidget. All right, guys, this is probably going to be our 5-minute warning. Oh, the couple wearing masks. The masks video from 2021. Okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense. I just figured in Canada they never stopped wearing the masks, so I just assumed. They're like, oh, we'll keep them on. There's the flu, you know. We should have been wearing the mask all along. The blackout has been lifted in Indiana, IMS announced, as all tickets have been sold. That was a pretty good impression, huh? Oh, by the way, I'm going camping. Let's see. I think I'm leaving this Friday, actually. So I'm going camping. I'm gonna have somebody watching the house, taking care of the dogs while we're gone. But I plan on doing some live streaming out there and getting some footage. Should be cool. Brandon. A boot. Exactly. We're a boot done, guys. We're a boot done. He just a little guy. Oh. How long are you going camping for? Tell us more. I think a total of 4 days. All right, guys. It was good to see all of you. Some of you might have a wrench next to your name. If you do, it's because I know you'll make a great moderator and you've been around for a long, long time. You've seen me at my highs and you've seen me at my lows and vice versa. I've also seen you at your highs and your lows. Karen, what's up? You're late. North, south, east, west. I am going east to the White Mountains. And I can't fucking wait. Oh, flexing on them. Thanks, CJK. Appreciate you. It's good to see everybody. Patrick can be bribed. I think we all have our price. J Ray. Still waiting to see you at your best. You don't miss anything, do you? Alrighty, guys. Like I said, this wasn't anything planned. I wasn't going to go on for a long time or anything. Just wanted to check in with you guys, throw a couple wrenches at a couple of you, and just do a quick temperature check. Everything looks good. No emergencies. And actually, I'll be live again a little bit later tonight, guys. So don't panic. I'll see you again tonight. So don't do anything I wouldn't do. Peace.